everybody, it's me, Smooth Brain here, and today I've got the Conjuring collection for you from Lethal Cosmetics. As you guys might know, Lethal Cosmetics was the first video I did with their Adventure Time collection. Love that collection. They had some problems with tariffs back then, but there is no problem with tariffs now. I'm going to show you everything that comes in the collection, including the nail polishes, although I won't be swatching them in this video. I will be swatching them later. And I'll do a short on the nail polishes. So let's start with, first, there is a face primer. This is the box, very Halloween-y, very Conjuring. And it is called the Blood Drip Primer. There's a little saying on it. Being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you are scared, but you hang in there. And that's a quote from Arnie Johnson. But let's start off with this primer. And it's liquidy. It doesn't feel like it's a silicone base. It's very liquidy. I will say that I am a huge horror fan. Pretty much all I watch as far as movies is horror at this point. So I have seen almost all of the Conjuring series movies. I have not seen the latest one that just came out, the finale one, and I also haven't seen The Devil Made Me Do It. But I'm going to give you some opinions on the movies and which ones I like and which ones I think are okay and which ones I think are just not good at all. So first of all, let's get this out of the way. Ed and Lorraine Warren. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Face Bond in number 5 to just, because there was no foundation in this kit. There is a powder though that I will be getting to next. So yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren were actual people. I think they're both deceased now. I definitely know that Ed is deceased. Lorraine was actually, she had a cameo in the first Conjuring movie in the scene where she is, there's a scene where there's like a classroom and she's in the classroom. So if you see an older lady with white hair in this weird bun type of thing, maybe a beehive kind of hairdo, that is Lorraine Warren. Now, what is my opinion on Ed and Lorraine Warren? Honestly, they make a good story, but honestly, I feel like they are rip-off con men in real life. They were involved in that whole Amityville horror, and if you read up on that, you'll see that that really was a con job to make money out of the book and the movie. Let me use some Sigma primer for my eyes, and we'll be all primed and ready to go. So I take all of these movies with a grain of salt. Obviously, you know, whether you believe in ghosts, don't believe in ghosts, I do feel there are lots of people out there that will take advantage of an emotional situation where someone feels they're being haunted or possessed and manipulate those people and take advantage of them. So I'm not for that. But are the Conjuring movies any good? Well, let's talk about that. I think the first movie was decent. I think it was a very Hollywoodized type of movie that had a lot of jump scares, especially the one where they're like, and then the little ghost pops up here or whatever it is. There are some pretty scary things like Bathsheba that are in that movie. However, I do think it's very Hollywood-esque. I prefer the type of movies that have more psychological horror. I like a lot of the movies that have cults or covens or historical gothic horror. I'm not a big mainstream horror person. This is the box for the powder that comes with the kit. It has on it sanctified seal setting powder and another quote. It says, "Sometimes we have to have a leap of faith to believe when no one else will." And that's by Ed Warren. So this is the powder that's in that box. It looks like a smoky swirl. It's pretty cool. Does it work? I don't know. Let's find out. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy powder brush from Sigma. And I'm going to try, it's very hot up here today, so I do need to set my face. It feels almost like a putty, but, and it kind of, it does go on like a powder though. It's a putty that goes on like a powder. It's a little matte, so if you are dry, this may not be the best powder for you. It is a little blurring. And that's the powder, the Conjuring powder, Sanctified Seal setting powder. Let me put on some blush, bronzer, so that we can go ahead and look at the highlighter. Okay, so I'm back. I put some blush on. I used this Colourpop Just Playin' Super Shock blush in matte red. It's a matte red color. And I also used my favorite Rare Beauty bronzer stick. It's very emollient. You can just swipe it right on and blend it right in. Next, what we have is the Conjuring highlighter. So it comes in this little box, and it is based after this music box on the front. This is called the... what's it called? This is called the Music Box Highlighter. Wow, what a surprise. Something that looks like the music box is called the Music Box Highlighter. And the highlighter has another quote on it, and it says, "When the music stops, you'll see him in the mirror, standing behind you. Watch out behind you. It's so creepy." So I saw the first two Conjuring movies, and I thought they were decent, not great, not horrible. Definitely watchable, something to watch on a rainy day, etc. And then I also, and look, it has the little swirl in there. That's creepy. Ooh. I did not see the third or the fourth one. The one that is the Devil Made Me Do It. Which, again, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. But, you know, maybe that's a better movie. I don't know. And The Devil Made Me Do It, and the last one I didn't see. But I did also see Annabelle. That's a horrible movie, and no one should ever have to be submitted to that. First of all, does anyone ever know why anyone would buy a doll that looks like this? Okay, this mirror is kind of annoying. You can't tell if you're putting it on the right spot. So I'm just going to use my regular hand mirror here. This is like a goldeny, sparkly kind of highlighter. It's very pretty. I think it goes well with this red blush. It is like not real smooth. It's got like glittery look to it. So if you like that kind of look, like the Fenty Beauty ones, that's a good look from this. So the first Annabelle was really dumb and stupid. The second Annabelle, I think it's called Annabelle Creation. That's a really good movie. That's my favorite movie in the entire Conjuring universe. I think they did a great job with it. It's creepy. It's got like this isolated feel to it. You guys should definitely check that out. Before I go into the eyeshadow palette, I want to show you guys these beautiful nail polishes. So the first one is called The Haunting. I am going to do a swatch on these on a reel or something. This is like a deep navy with sparkles in it. And they also sent along this magnet. So this one does look like it's magnetic. So I will show you a magnetized version of that as well. The second one is called Lorraine, after Lorraine Warren, obviously. And it's a beautiful, deep, like purpley red. Really pretty bloodish red with maybe a blue reflect. The third one is a gray called Seance. And this gray has some silver in it, so it does have a sparkly nature to it. Again, very pretty. It looks like it might have like a lavender undertone. The fourth one is called Faith, and this is really like a coppery color, very neutral, so this is a good one to wear to work if you still want to keep in the Conjuring spirit, but don't want to go like black or dark red. This one is a very pretty one. And it looks like this also has some either blue or purple reflect to it, maybe some green as well. So, and then the last one is called Last Rites, and it's a dark, dark burgundy blood red with some sparkle in it. And I think this one might be magnetic as well. Can't tell. Let's see. So I think definitely the blue one is magnetic, because when I put the magnet to it, it pulls stuff. And I don't know if the other ones are magnetic. I'm going to have to look it up, and I'll put it in the description for you guys. The next thing we have are 3 eyeliners. The first one has a cross on it, and it is called Black. I want to make sure I read this right. It's called Black Mass. So it's a black eyeliner, and one side is a pen liner, and the other side is a little stamp that you can put a little cross or upside down cross if you're feeling spooky. The next one is a star. So it's got the star on the front of the box. And this is called Hide and Clap. That's that creepy part I was telling you about in the first movie where it's a jump scare. It's a pretty good jump scare. This one has the star little tattoo on it, and it's a dark brown. So that's what that looks like. And then finally, the last one is a purple, and it has the pentagram on it. Pentagram. And this one is called Demon Mark. Because, you know, a pentagram keeps demons in or out, or I don't know which. But it does something to demons. So that's that last one. That's a pretty purple. It's not as dark as the purple eyeliner from Wednesday collection, but it is pretty nice dark purple, and it has that little tattoo thing too, so that's cool. The next thing I want to show you guys, and we'll put one of these on, there are 2 lipsticks. One is called Annabelle's Curse, and on the top of the box it has this little thing that says Miss Mep. I don't know what that means. I don't remember from the book. But here's what the component looks like. It's a deep burgundy blood red lipstick. So I would suggest using a lip liner for these to help you define where this goes, because it's so dark that if you go outside of your lip line, it's going to look awkward. That's kind of pretty. I like that. And even if it diffuses out, it kind of is the style right now to diffuse out. The second one is called Valak's Vengeance. And Valak is the nun. And I've seen one of the, I think I saw both of the nun movies, but the first one I definitely saw. I thought that was average. It had some cheesiness to it. Again, I think a lot of these mainstream Hollywood horror movies are really not good for anything but jump scares. And that's what that black lipstick looks like. Let's do this. Let's put... Look how pretty that looks with the ombre with the black in the middle. That one has a cross on the top, the upside down cross. Okay, and now we have the final thing from the collection, which I'm super excited about because I love their eyeshadow formula. Like I said, I love that Adventure Time collection, not only because of Lethal and their formula, but I just love Adventure Time. So it was pretty easy to impress me with that. I don't love The Conjuring because of Ed and Lorraine Warren being shams, but also I just think they're average movies. But I think this is a great idea for a collection because it's spooky season and we need our spookiness. So The Conjuring eyeshadow palette. So I'm judging this purely on the makeup too. The Conjuring eyeshadow palette has a lenticular cover which has the backyard of the first movie in there, and when you move it, a hanging person pops up and down. That's kind of cool. There's a shadow of the hanging person. Inside is a mirror. You know I love a good mirror inside. And then we have this dark, deep looking set of eyeshadows. Let me take the little bits off so you can see the shiny ones. They're so pretty. Okay, let's do some swatches. So I'm going to actually start at the bottom because they're the lighter ones. And I'll do all of the mattes first. I'll do all of the mattes first, and then we'll do the shimmers last. There's 12 in this. So the first one at the bottom is Holy Light. It's a very light pink. Then we have a tan called Salem and a light baby blue called Occult Museum, which is the basement of the Warrens' house. And then I'm also going to swatch this blue right above it, which is called Demonology. So these first four, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are nice mattes. So that's what they look like. I'm going to swatch the next four, and then I'll give you a nice up close after I finish swatching. The next one is like a darker tan called Oppression. Then there's a deep reddish purple called Conduit. A chocolatey brown called Infestation. And a dark deep blue called Evil's Whisper. Yeah, I like that deep red one. I think we're going to have to use that one. That's all of the mattes. So it does go from very light to quite dark. And it does swatch pretty nicely. Then we have 4 shimmers, and I'm so excited about these. The first one is called Clairvoyant. This is a very smooth multi-chrome. It's got blue and purple and green and pink. Very nice. Then we have one called The Curse. This one's a little bit creamier, and it's really like a reflective chrome brown with a bluish green flip. The next one is called Bathsheba, the demon from the first one. And this one is silver with a blue reflect. That's pretty. It even has some tan in it. And then the final one is called Possession. What's, a palette without a good possession? And this one is, oh, that's pretty. It's like a darker pewter. And it doesn't have much, this one's also very like metallic. So there are those ones for you. Look at how pretty they are. Very pretty. Okay. So, I am going to playtime. Very nice playtime. I can't wait to put this on my eyes. I'm not a big blue person, but I think I'm going to play with the blues today. So, let's start out with Occult Medium here. And I'm going to put that all up in my corner here. Ooh, that's pretty. It's almost white blue. And I'm just putting it in the corner here. Then I'm going to take the fluffy brush and go into Demonology, which has some teal in it. So I think that will look fine. Yeah, that looks nice. It's a little darker than it looks in the pan to me, but it is very pretty. And then I think I'm also going to go into this color Evil's Whisper, which is the really dark blue, and just put some right here. It's almost a blurple. Well, that's pretty. Underneath, I'm actually going to put the deep red color, which is called Conduit, with a pencil brush. Okay, and now we need some sparkle. So what I think I'll do, Possession in the corner. That's Possession. I'll put that right here. And I'm not using any additional sticky primer with this. This is a little flaky, but I'm not really getting fallout with it, which is nice. And then for the middle to the inner corner, I'm going to take the color Clairvoyant, because that's so pretty. We'll put that up there a little bit too. And then of course we have to use one of these, so I think I am going to use the purple. First, let's use the little tattoo thing. Ooh, I'm evil now. It's evil, Smooth Brain. Should I draw a goatee on myself as well? And then I'm going to use this to just go straight across. And flick out. This is really easy to use. Even with my eye folds, it's pretty easy to use. So I'm going to finish up the look on the other side, and I will come back and show you the final look, and we can talk about all the items. So here's the finished look. What do you guys think? I actually really like how it came out. Especially with this red blush. You can use any color blush, of course, but I really think the red went really well. It's got that Annabelle doll possessed look going on. Let's see. So the primer, it's good. I can always use another primer. I prefer ones that have more of a silicone base than these liquidy ones, but it's kind of interesting with the little blood drops and everything in it. It is gelatinous when it comes out, but very watery feeling on the face. The powder is like a cream to powder. So it goes on and it does matten everything up. So if you're oily or you tend to have a lot more, problem areas where you want to minimize pores, this would be a decent powder for that. Again, I have powders I prefer more, but this is a decent one. The highlighter. Again, this is not my favorite highlighter from Lethal. That again goes to the Adventure Time one. The Adventure Time one's so cool because it has a rainbow in it. And you can get the whole rainbow on your face. But this one's pretty. It's a little bit more sparkly than the rainbow one as well. It's got like a pieciness to it. And then the palette. The palette's beautiful. It's not necessarily my color story because it is so dark in places. But you can certainly use the lighter colors to blend it out. It's got a really cool front with the lenticular cover, but this is definitely a Halloween palette. So between the lipsticks and the palette, you got yourself a good Halloween thing. By the way, I never told you guys I was actually Valak for Halloween once. So I'm going to put a picture up there at the end so you can see that as well. I will be, as I said, trying out the nail polishes and doing a short reel of them. But I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe and hit like. And I will see you soon. Remember, don't be sad, be happy. And I will talk to you soon. Bye!